Good morning. Oh my goodness, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I just finished reading an article and I kind of want to share with you what I learned. It was talking about self love and how sometimes self love can feel performative. And like I've talked about in some past videos, some of these practices might feel performative when we start, and that's okay. Self love is all about restoring your relationship with yourself and noticing how you can make yourself feel more safe. Because if you don't feel safe in your relationship with yourself, it will always feel performative and we might not be able to tap into that like embodiment, that feeling. It might just remain in that like theoretical and like brain space of like, I'm going to think my way into self love. And self love it's hard. It's not easy. And that's why we're practicing it. So today's our last day exploring self love together. And then um, we're going to go into some loving affirmations next week just because I love affirmations and there's something that I find help me reprogram my mind. But for today, I want us to explore this idea of safety. And I want you to ask yourself the question, do I feel safe? Do I feel comfortable being with myself? And that's a hard question. And I think most of us would answer no, or maybe, or we would hesitate because this world has programmed us to run and distract ourselves. And the moment something feels uncomfortable, we're like, how do I change this? How do I make it more comfortable for myself? And so we distract ourselves from these hard things. And this article that I was reading was talking about how in our childhoods, most of the time, we learn to adapt, to modify ourselves to fit so that we could feel safer. And so, this practice of self love is to start stripping all of that away, to notice all the things that we've done to modify, to adapt, and to come home to ourself. And that is what this practice is that I love to share with you day in and day out. It's sitting in that uncomfort. It's coming home to yourself, even though it might not feel comfortable at first. And over time, we're going to practice it. And then in time, you will feel better because you are more able to sit with yourself. You're better able to practice these little things that over time you'll notice a huge change in your happiness, in your inner peace, in your ability to be in the uncomfort. I just had this yesterday where I was in a situation where I was relatively uncomfortable, crying, feeling emotional around people that maybe I normally wouldn't have felt comfortable in that space in. And through this practice that I've had, I've been able to cultivate this relationship with myself to where I was okay with the fact that they were probably uncomfortable. I was slightly uncomfortable and that acceptance of ourselves where we are gives us that safety. So the question I want to leave you with today, and I want you to explore this aspect of self-love, is what do I need? I've asked you this in previous videos. I'm asking again because it's so important. What do I need? And in today's practice, I want you to ask it in a sense of like, as you would ask a friend who is maybe struggling or who you can see needs some support. I want you to be that friend to yourself. And I want you to ask, what do I need? And in this aspect of what do I need to feel safe? How can I feel safer in this moment? And that might be setting a timer for 5 minutes and sitting and feeling the uncomfort of and noticing the desire to pull for distractions, the desire to not sit in this uncomfort because it's so common for us and we're so programmed for it. Let me know today in the comments how you're feeling. I want to know. Today I'm feeling tired. Today I'm feeling sad. I'm leaving Chicago where I've been last week with my grandpa. I feel sad. And I also feel excited because I get to see my husband and my dog tonight and I miss home. So I'm feeling all those things, feeling all the feelings. So let me know below how you're feeling today. like this video if you found it supportive or helpful in any way. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to switch gears to some loving affirmations to help reprogram our mind and our thoughts. And I hope you have a wonderful, restful Sunday.